Tyrants perverted the course of human history. No, Brigadier, I tell you, the Brontosaurus is large and placid. And stupid.
Hi everyone, Type 40 here, and welcome to Type 40 Review Quickies. Today we are going to be looking at the 4th Doctor Regenerated and Tardis set from B&M. Now this set is a lot different. It's more, what would you say, it's definitely a switch up from the original 3rd Doctor one that came out the year beforehand. The packaging's a lot different, the design is vastly different from before. And it's definitely set the standard up for the rest of the sets that have recently come out this year. So what we have on the top is the new Doctor Who logo, which is the Jodie Whittaker version. On the side you get the 5.5 inch / 14 centimeter scale collector series thing, which pretty much stays what they are. You've got the sort of pencil-like drawing of the TARDIS on the side. Down at the bottom you have the description, which says includes 4th Doctor Regenerated from Robot in 1974, the 4th Doctor's first story. And in the box you get the 4th Doctor after regenerating from the Jon Pertwee version and the TARDIS itself. The side of the box features a picture of the 4th Doctor and the TARDIS, both in figure form. There's a little text bit saying with opening doors. There's another little TARDIS drawing on the side. I assume it to be the 13th Doctor's TARDIS, and at the top you can see a squeezed in version of the Doctor Who logo. The side of the box also shows a window into the set where you can see the side of the figures, and it's pretty good. It's a great way to see all different angles of the set and get an idea of the product, and if you think you might want to buy it. The back of the box contains the same squeezed logo and text along with the little text bit at the top and the picture, but it also contains a little text bit telling you about the Doctor or the TARDIS. And just, if you want, you can pause the video right now to have a little quick read off it. So, onto the figures, but first let's take a look at the display. Now this is the unit lab from which the Doctor used to work and the one that he regenerated from his 3rd incarnation into his 4th. Now, this set has a lot of detail. It's a lot different from the 3rd Doctor set that came out the year before. There are a lot more Easter eggs and little bits in between that you can really get an idea that this had put into it. Down here we can see a bit of like a little bookcase in there where there's a sort of there's like a kind of flower decorative. There's a Buddha kind of thing. I don't know whether this is a reference to Planet of the Spiders. There's also a picture of the 3rd Doctor, Joe Grant, and the Brigadier. At the bottom, you can kind of see there's a little container with a little box next to it. I don't know which episodes these are from, but if anyone can let me know, that'd be really great. Thank you. At the sides, you can see the picture of the Who-mobile, which was a part of Jon Pertwee's series, only the last story to my knowledge. Schematics of the TARDIS console, and more or less from the 4th Doctor's are a poster of the Wing Chiang from the Wing Chiang episode. I think this is a quote that the 3rd Doctor must have written down before he regenerated, obviously. Chap looks familiar, must check up. So, nice little reference there. At the bottom of the box we get a nice little wood texture with the faded outline of the TARDIS being there. Unfortunately with mine I ripped out the screws a bit too hard and it's left 2 big holes at the bottom. So here are the figures. So we have Tom here in his regenerated form and the TARDIS itself. I'm going to take a look at Tom first because, well, he's the figure. So after that little fade out, here we have Tom in Pertwee's last ever outfit. Now this is a sort of nice little look to Tom. It's a bit different, it's been re-released before as an individual release, and part of I think there was a Fourth Doctor set years ago where it was like you get a few DVDs, the screwdriver, and this figure. With this one, you come without a bow tie. I think that's on the other two releases as well. But I think most collectors are probably going to get this part, this part of the set for customization, because the head is removable, and you could probably squeeze a portrait head on there if you customize it well with a bow tie, and you've pretty much got Planet of the Spiders portrait. So let's take a look at the jacket. He's got a nice bit of a around the collar bits. He's got a nice little outline there. Obviously the frills have got a nice little bit of paint on them there to show a bit of weather. The button is undone, and the buttons have been painted as well, which is very nice. The jacket is lovely. The paint apps are fantastic. Tom's face, a bit weird for his first face, but to be fair, I mean, what else would you look like after regenerating? They've done well on the texture of the lips, the eyes, the eyebrows. Tom's confused expression. Down the bottom of the jacket, you can see the two buttons, the outline of the pockets, and at the side you can see the sort of the end of the frill shirt, and they look very nice. Again, this would be very good for customizing into a portrait figure, as you pretty much use this for portrait stuff like display or animation or whatever. At the bottom, he has two. He has black shoes and a kind of greyish type pants. Again, very good. Works for everyone. Now at top, Tom's hair is a bit weird. For some reason, his sideburns are ginger. Now I know the Doctor wanted to be ginger, but I don't think this is how it should probably look. Though I will say the hair is very nice. I say if someone could find it kind of good resemblance to that hair, they could maybe paint the sideburns, and you'll pretty much have a normal Fourth Doctor then after that. And the back is pretty much good texture. It's normal Tom Baker hair. The figure has good articulation at both the arms, the legs, and his elbow articulation. Arms have a side rotation, as well as in the legs, and the head can turn into 360. But I won't do that, obviously, to ruin the paint. And yep, that's pretty much it. So all the figure is pretty good. So now let's move on to the Tardis. So here we have the Tardis itself. It's a nice different look to the Tardis. It's obviously very different from the release we had a few years ago, well, in 2010, I believe, and the release from the year beforehand, which was the John Pertwee box. So at the top we have the bulb, which is painted grey on the top for some reason, which I can't understand, but might have been there in the episode. I haven't really checked, but I might go back and have a look. But the texture on the box just looks great. The signage is mostly accurate, though it's more akin to what the second Doctor had on his Tardis. Though at the sides were black, the black to white, I think. The black to white text, I believe. Though I don't know what's going on here. Obviously, this might be a cost-saving measure. I don't know. Could be up there. The windows are very nicely weathered. It's a lot different to the boxes we've had before. You really feel like there's an aged effect to the TARDIS now. And what I've seen on the next few couple of TARDISes that are coming up from B&M, the weathering just gets better and better. So you get a nice little frost effect at the sides and pretty much the weathering. Down the bottom you have the pull to open sign, which is now black, is on the boat that's featured both on the Pertwee and the original Fourth Doctor box. The door handle's been painted, but not the keyhole for some reason. I don't know why that's not been included, but it's anyone's guess. The base is pretty much been painted normally. It's not the black that the Pertwee box was originally painted, and I still don't know why they did that, but must have been something from the Time Monster. When I review, if I do get around to reviewing the Pertwee box, I'll have a look at that. But yeah, the same thing is here. It's grand. Again, the top of the bulb is pretty weird. I don't know why it's grey. I like the little weathering they've done to the texture, but I just still can't get around the fact that it's grey. I don't know. Somebody somewhere must have saw something and thought, oh, let's paint the top of the lamp grey for some difference. Obviously, at the back you get the speaker hole and the battery compartment, because this is obviously, it used to be one of the electronic Tardises, but they took out the batteries, so they reduced the price. And of course, that means, they still had to keep it there. But there's no electronics in there. The box is still in there, but there's nothing else. At the bottom, they've removed the mechanism that allows the TARDIS to make the sounds, and also the switch. This is pretty much a new base, what I'm saying. But you can see the sort of place where they put the screw holes for the nails. Now, the TARDIS itself has a nice little shine to it. I like the little shine that's going on with it. When you shine a light, you can really see the outline of the texture that the box has. Whatever paint they've used, maybe a glossy type, it's just what comes out really nice with it. And I think that will work very well if someone uses it for photos or animation or whatever. And yeah, it's just really nice. So yeah, the box is just a nice little addition to the collection, really. I mean, I've pretty much decided to use it as a second Doctor box due to the fact that we're getting the Shadow TARDIS in the next while. I don't know when the B&M sets are going to be released. They could be released the week after this one. At the moment, in this point in time, it is the 16th of August, so we have no clue what's happening yet with the sets, so wait and see. And here is a comparison with the original release and the Portrait box. So you can see the differences here. The paint apps are vastly different. The original box is a lot darker, while the Portrait box is a lot brighter. So it's really like some sort of, if you put it in the middle, it's like some weird brightness effect that happens with the boxes. Only difference is the signage is different. But all in all, they're good boxes, and hopefully I'll get around to reviewing the original Portrait box once I get the figure with it, just so we have the full set. And at some point I might as well get around to reviewing the original 4th Doctor box as well, just to see how much has changed in the last couple of years. So yeah, how would I wrap up this? It was a good box. It's pretty good for display options, animation, whatever you want to use with it. And the 4th Doctor Regenerator is just a nice little addition to your collection of figures. And, anyone could use it for, a little bit of scene recreations or just up on display with the other regenerated Doctors. And hopefully we do get other regenerated Doctors on that note. I'd love to see maybe if they could retool some stuff, a 3rd Doctor one, or maybe a 7th Doctor one. It'd be very interesting to see. But all in all, for this set, it's very nice. I like it. It's a good retooling of the effects and, well, the effects of the retooling of older figures and stuff. And some fans, new fans who've never gotten this before will have a chance to own a classic TARDIS and a Doctor Regenerated. So, all in all, guys, this is Type 40 signing out once more. Hopefully I will review something again soon, and let me know what else I could review down in the comments. So, goodbye.